Hello and welcome to part 3 of Courtney's total body workout with dumbbells. This workout is for beginners, but it's effective for any fitness level. Just adjust the size of the weights to make it more challenging if you need to. Dumbbells can transform your entire body if used correctly. You can speed up weight loss while toning up and building muscle. They're also really portable, which means you can take them anywhere and use them anytime. Get ready to sculpt your body from head to toe today. Make sure you have plenty of water handy to stay hydrated, and let's get started. We're going to begin with the reverse lunge with frontal press. Start by standing tall with your feet together and hold the weights at shoulder level with your palms facing each other. Inhale, tense up your abs, and step 2 to 3 feet back with your knees locked. At the same time, press the weight above your head with the arm that's on the same side of your back leg. Pause briefly, exhale, and then return to the starting position. 3, 2, 1, begin. Do 15 reps on each side. To make the move more challenging, step back into a reverse lunge. Ooh, that'll really make you feel the burn. In this exercise, you're working your glutes, obliques, quads, and shoulders. Next, we're going to do iso squat reverse grip curls. Get into a wide stance squat with your toes pointing out. Hold the weights in front of you and above your thighs with your palms facing down. Hold that position and tighten up your abs. Inhale and raise the weights up to shoulder level. Your palms should be facing forward on top. Pause briefly, exhale, and slowly return to the starting position. 3, 2, 1, begin. Keep your body tense, your thighs flexed, and make sure to maintain the position of your elbows throughout. Do 15 reps. You're working your biceps. Next, we're going to do side lunge with side thrust. Take a wide stance with your toes pointing out. Hold the weights with your arms fully extended in front of you with your palms facing each other. Then inhale, bend forward, and lock your opposite knee, simultaneously lowering the weights toward the ground on each side of your foot. Exhale, immediately stand back and twist your body to the opposite side. At the same time, press the weights forward in front of your chest until your arms are fully extended. Then pause briefly and immediately start the next rep. 3, 2, 1, begin. Do 15 reps on each side. You should really feel the burn at the end of this. You're working your abs, core, abductors, adductors, chest, glutes, obliques, quads, and shoulders. Now we're going to move on to feet together squat with lateral raise. Start by standing with your feet hip-width apart and hold the weights with your arms extended at your sides and your palms facing each other. Then inhale, squat down, and bring the weights behind your knees and underneath your thighs. There you go. Now pause briefly, exhale, and push off with your heels to stand up. Then raise the weights up above your head. 3, 2, 1, begin. Make sure your palms are facing forward on top. Great job. Do 15 reps. In this exercise, you're working your glutes, quads, and shoulders. Nicely done, guys. Now we're going to move on to dumbbell plank with alternating leg lifts. Get into plank position with dumbbells in your hands and your palms facing each other. Your hands should be directly underneath your shoulders. Keep your body tense, hold your position, inhale, then lift one leg up until your thigh is parallel to the ground. Pause briefly, exhale, and then return to the starting position. 3, 2, 1, begin. Do 15 reps on each side. You're working your abs, core, arms, glutes, and shoulders. Now we're gonna move on to hands-on dumbbell iso thrust and alternating leg lifts. Get into tabletop position and hold the weights directly underneath your shoulders with your palms facing down. Keep your feet hip-width apart. Hold the position, tighten up your abs, and alternate lifting each foot off the ground and fully extending your legs. 3, 2, 1, begin. Breathe evenly and keep your core engaged throughout. Do 15 reps on each side. You're working your abs, core, arms, and quads. Now we're gonna move right into iso squat circle lateral raise. Take a wide stance into a squat and hold the weights in front of you with your palms facing up. It's okay if the ends of the weights touch. Hold your position, keeping your knees behind your toes. Then tighten up your abs, inhale, and circle the weights up above your head. Then pause briefly, exhale, and return to the starting position. 3, 2, 1, begin. Do 15 reps. You're working your shoulders in this exercise. Great job, guys. Next, we're gonna do V-press and leg split. Sit on the mat with your knees bent and your feet together, just slightly off the ground. Hold the dumbbells close to your chest with your elbows bent at your sides and your palms facing each other. Hold the position, tighten up your abs, inhale, and press the weights in front of you at a 45-degree angle. At the same time, split your legs out into a V shape. Then you're gonna pause briefly, exhale, and return to the starting position. 3, 2, 1, begin. Do 15 reps. Keep your back straight the whole time. In this exercise, you're going to be working your abs, core, abductors, adductors, quads, and shoulders. We're gonna do Superman with elbow touching knee. Start by getting on all fours with a dumbbell in one hand. Your hand should be directly underneath your shoulders. Inhale, tighten your abs, and fully extend the arm with the weight in your opposite leg until they're parallel to the ground. There you go. Then bring your elbow to your knee and repeat for 15 reps on each side. 3, 2, 1, begin. Don't round your back and keep your core engaged the whole time. You're looking great. Keep going. In this exercise, you're working your abs, core, back, glutes, obliques, and shoulders. Great job on finishing circuit number 1. I know that was hard, but now let's get ready for circuit number 2. This next circuit is even more intense. Rest periods between exercises are shorter, so let's keep pace. I know you can do it. Remember to keep breathing and stay well hydrated to keep your body moving efficiently. Keep dumbbells of various weights nearby to intensify certain movements if you want to. Also, listen for cues to intensify each movement effectively and safely. All right, guys, let's get started. All right, let's start with reverse lunge with frontal press. Start standing in a narrow stance with your hands directly in front of your shoulders. Step backwards and press the same side dumbbell upwards overhead in unison. Then, step forward and lower the dumbbell back to the front of your shoulder in unison. Repeat the movement on the opposite side. You're looking great, guys. Now let's just make it more intense. Grab a heavier dumbbell if you can. With heavier dumbbells in hand, step backwards into a deep lunge so that the knee is as low to the ground as possible and press the same side dumbbell overhead at the same time. Repeat this deep lunging movement on the opposite side and alternate. Try it. Doing this deep lunge version will make all your leg muscles fire. Your shoulders and arms will tone as well from the extra load on the overhead movement. This is a great exercise to start with. Lunge back, press up, and step forward. Doing great, guys. Way to start. Keep it up and breathe it out. Now let's move on to iso squat reverse grip curls. Let's just go ahead and do the intense version right away. Start in a deep squat position and hold it. With heavier dumbbells if you can in your hands, reverse curl and at the same time lift your heels off the ground. At this point, the balls of your feet should be on the ground and the dumbbells should be in front of your shoulders. Then lower the dumbbells and your heels in unison back to the starting position and repeat. By holding a deeper squat position, your hamstrings, quads, and glutes will sculpt and fire even more. Lifting your heels off the ground every time as you reverse curl will chisel out the calf muscles, giving you that nice lean and smooth lower leg look. Finally, reverse curling the heavier dumbbells will tone and tighten your arms and shoulders. Find rhythm to your breath and keep it up. Way to go. Great job, guys. Great job so far, you guys. Now take this time to hydrate and catch your breath a little bit. But let's keep your metabolism revved up with side lunge with side thrust. Let's intensify this right from the start. Keep your movements the same as in circuit number 1. But this time, as you press and thrust the dumbbell to the side away from the body, lift the opposite leg. After the side lunge, as you twist and pivot to press the dumbbell away, lift the side lunging leg at the same time. Keep the leg lifted as you press away. Then place it back on the ground as you return to face the upper body forward. Lifting the leg as you side thrust makes your entire core and grounded leg work to stabilize. It's really intense, right? Your glutes, hamstrings, and quads will be on fire, along with your abdominals and back to balance your entire body as they sculpt to hold position. Meanwhile, the arm thrust will chisel out the shoulders and arms as they press and reach. This lifting leg version will take every repetition longer to perform, as stabilization is key to achieve proper execution. So don't worry if it's taking you a little bit longer, just make sure you use good form. Moreover, during the side lunge, your glutes, hamstrings, and quads are also sculpting and tightening as you load your body weight on top of them. Don't stop now, you've come so far. Keep your breath flowing. Just lunge, pivot, balance, and press. Great job, you guys. Let's keep building muscle and burning fat. It's time for feet together squat with lateral raise. Start standing with your feet together and the dumbbells in hand. Squat and lower the dumbbells to touch behind your knees. Once the dumbbells touch, immediately raise your hips and the dumbbells laterally at the same time with straight arms until they are overhead. Then lower the dumbbells with straight arms and squat to repeat. And now let's move right into the intense version. Reach for heavier dumbbells if you can. Keep the movement the same. However, this time, jump off the ground as you raise the heavier dumbbells overhead. Land softly and repeat. That's it. Jumping off the ground as you laterally raise the dumbbells in unison makes this movement a plyometric exercise. As you move the extra load from your hamstrings and glutes, then up through your back and shoulders and overhead, your entire core develops strength. This version will require your breathing to stay in rhythm, so keep it in flow. That's it. Great job, guys. Take a little bit of time to settle your breath and get some water. You're looking really good so far. Now let's get in position for dumbbell plank with alternating leg lifts. Start on the floor facing down on all fours. With the dumbbells in hand, place your shoulders directly over your wrist and place your toes on the ground so that the body is in a planked position with your hands and feet shoulder width apart. Now, raise one leg straight as the rest of the body holds the planked position. Return your straight leg back to the floor and repeat the leg movement on the opposite side. Alternate from side to side and keep your back in neutral position the whole time. Let's go ahead and do the more intense version. Keeping the movement the same, this time bend your elbows to lower your chest toward the ground at the same time your leg is raised off the ground. Try it. As you raise the straight leg off the ground, lower your chest toward the ground in unison. In other words, perform a half push-up as you lift your leg. This version will require your upper body to get more involved and will therefore chisel out your chest, shoulders, and arms. Great job. Let's keep it on the floor and do hands-on dumbbell iso thrust and alternating leg lifts. Start in a seated facing up position. Put the dumbbells behind your hips shoulder width apart and place your hands on them. With your soles on the ground, place shoulder width apart. Press your hips up to bridge position and hold it. Now, with your hips raised, arms straight, and legs at 90 degrees, lift one leg and kick it straight. Then place your foot back on the ground, all while holding the bridge position. Then repeat the movement on the opposite leg. Keep your back from arching and keep your hips up as high as possible. Okay, let's intensify. This is the fun part. Keep the movement the same. However, this time, bend your elbows to dip your upper body toward the ground at the same time as you lift and kick your leg up. Try it. As you lift and kick, bend your elbows to dip your upper body as low as you can in unison. Then, lower your leg and press your elbows straight at the same time. Great job, you guys. That was really nice. Let's do a quick transition to iso squat circle lateral raise. Let's not waste any time and let's go right into the intense version, so grab those heavier dumbbells if you can. This time, the iso squat is a deep iso squat like a sumo wrestler. So with heavier dumbbells in hand, take a very deep squat position. Hold the dumbbells as they touch in front of your hips with your arms bent at your elbows. As you hold this deep squat position, raise the heavier dumbbells in a circular motion overhead. Let the dumbbells touch overhead, then lower them back in a circular motion to the starting position. Keep your chest and face up the entire time. Isometrically holding this deep squatted position throughout each circle lateral raise will set your legs on fire. Your entire leg musculature will be forced to sculpt as it holds position. Your calves, quads, hamstrings, and glutes will fire at the same time and continue to do so as your shoulders and arms define and tone, moving the heavier load up and down. Stay low and circle, you guys. That's really nice. Great job. Time to get a quick sip of water. You've only got a couple more movements to go, so let's finish it out strong. Let's get into V-press and leg split. Start on the floor in a seated position with your soles flat on the ground. While holding the dumbbells in front of your shoulders, lift your feet just off the ground and lean your upper body back slightly to counterbalance so that your hips are the only part of your body touching the ground. Now we're going to intensify. To do this, just simply add weight. Because this movement requires all limbs to move at the same time with a very small base of support, an increase in load will definitely suffice. Follow the same instructions and proceed. Great job. Let's finish with Superman with elbow touching knee. All right, time to intensify. Instead of keeping one knee on the ground, lift it off the ground. At this point, your hands and toes should be the only part of your body on the ground. Now, lift your arm and the dumbbell straight and lift the opposite leg off the ground. In other words, Only one hand and the opposite toe should be touching the ground. It's an intense pose already. From this modified Superman position, draw your knee to the opposite elbow in unison to touch, then return to the extended Superman position. Due to this version's high intensity, place your toes back on the ground after each repetition before lifting your leg and touching the opposite elbow again. Try it. Good job, you guys were awesome. Congratulations on finishing the workout.